Edgar Berlanga threw major shade at Caleb Plant on X, calling out his choice to fight the low-ranked Jose Armando Resendez next month on May 31st on PBC on Prime Video. Fans are already debating whether Plant's pick is a sign of weakness or just bad matchmaking. Plant fired back on Instagram Live, claiming his team tried to set up a fight with Edgar Berlanga for this summer. He said, "My manager personally reached out to Edgar Berlanga's manager and tried to make a fight for later this summer. Edgar, turned it down. He didn't want to fight."
My manager personally, Luisa Cubas, reached out to Edgar Berlanga's manager, Keith Conley, and tried to make a fight for later this summer. Turned it down, didn't want to.
Plant's response has sparked a lot of talk online, and many believe Berlanga is avoiding the challenge. This claim could be a serious blow to Berlanga's reputation. The back and forth between these two fighters is only getting more intense. Berlanga now faces serious pressure to clarify his side of the situation. After Plant's Instagram Live comments about Berlanga turning down the fight, the tension only grew. He made it clear that Berlanga had no intention of stepping into the ring with him, despite the clear offer. Plant was adamant that Berlanga was avoiding the challenge. His words sparked more debate, but it was clear he was still ready to face the so-called big talker. Caleb Plant tweeted, "Could have been him, but he said no to the more than fair contract we sent, and with him being a free agent, it should have been an easy fight to make. With every other big-time super middleweight busy, this was my fastest way to a big fight I want." Plant was frustrated, making it clear that Berlanga's rejection was preventing this much-anticipated fight. Despite the clear opportunity, it seemed like Berlanga was more interested in avoiding the confrontation rather than stepping up to the challenge. Fans started to question if Berlanga was really serious about fighting someone like Plant, but the situation wasn't over yet. Plant wasn't done airing his grievances. He took to social media once again to vent his frustration with Berlanga's lack of a real deal and the problems it created. Caleb made sure to point out that the contract offers were more than fair, but Berlanga had no backing, which ultimately made negotiations even more difficult. Later, Plant tweeted again, this time voicing his frustration about Berlanga's situation, because no network is doing a deal directly with him and because he's a free agent, so unless he's fronting the money up front out of his own pocket, then he's not offering anyone anything because he has no backing, dipshit. This tweet further exposed the issues that Caleb saw with Berlanga's stance on the fight. According to Plant, Berlanga's lack of a solid deal meant he wasn't in a position to make any real offers. Plant made it clear that Berlanga wasn't in control of the situation, which only added to the mounting tension. The rivalry between the two was now reaching new heights. Berlanga, refusing to back down, fired back at Plant's claims, dismissing his version of events. He quickly called out what he saw as a mismatch between Plant's offer and the reality of the situation. Berlanga made it clear that he wasn't afraid to speak his mind and that the fight was far from over. "You didn't send me anything. You're not a damn boss, son of a... You work for PBC. What the hell are you talking about? Damn it. I'm the A side. You're the B side. I'm gonna send you a contract. You're gonna fight me for $200,000 and I'm gonna make $30 million, Berlanga said.
Yo, this Caleb talking about he sent me a contract. You ain't sent me nothing. You're not a boss. You work for PBC. You're not a boss. What you talking about? You ain't sent me no contract. You ain't sent me nothing. I send you a contract. I'm the A side. You the B side. I'm gonna send you a contract. You gonna fight me for $200,000, and I'm gonna make 30 M's.
His bold words are only fueling the fire, with many fans now questioning if Berlanga's arrogance is overshadowing his boxing skills. This intense exchange is adding even more heat to what was already a heated rivalry. Berlanga is making it clear he believes he holds all the cards in this potential fight. After Berlanga's bold comments, Plant wasn't backing down. He fired back once again, claiming Berlanga wasn't serious about a fight. Plant made it clear he believed Berlanga was avoiding the challenge, saying it was all talk with no action behind it. Just stay tuned, but it ain't going to be him. He don't want it. He don't want to fight me, Plant said. This only fueled the growing tension between the two fighters. Plant seems confident that Berlanga is scared to step up and face him in the ring. With both sides throwing insults, it's clear the animosity is growing. The boxing world is now waiting to see if these two will finally settle it or if it's just more back and forth banter. The rivalry between Plant and Berlanga kept heating up as Plant showed no hesitation in mocking his opponent's confidence. Plant expressed total belief in his ability to beat beat Berlanga, making sure everyone knew it. He wasn't afraid to show that he thought the fight would be an easy win for him. With a smirk, Plant imitated Canelo Alvarez's famous pre-fight gesture. The crowd around him laughed at his boldness. Plant's lighthearted yet confident remark only added fuel to the fire. He seems to have no doubt that Berlanga wouldn't be able to handle him in the ring. The tension continues to build, and fans are eager to see if this rivalry will ever turn into an actual fight. The rivalry between Edgar Berlanga and Caleb Plant has been simmering for quite some time now, with tensions running high. Recently, things heated up even more at the LA press conference ahead of Canelo's fight with Berlanga. In a fiery exchange, Berlanga and Plant went head-to-head, throwing verbal jabs at each other. Canelo fired back, promising to handle Edgar for Plant, making it clear this rivalry isn't just about the two of them, but also about proving themselves in front of the biggest names in the sport. The intensity in the room was palpable, with both fighters not holding back. It seems like the real drama is only just beginning.
You can have all the power in the world, you can do what you do, but at this level is intelligence and IQ. And we're not gonna end up like that. Go over there. I got knocked out. Caleb.
All right. They're both
now.
on the same card.
Yeah,
All right, let's turn things back over.
Stop
Caleb,
the cap,
Caleb, take it easy. I'm gonna take care of him for you. I promise you. I promise you. That's for you, buddy. Hey, buddy, that's for you. You think he have more IQ than you?
Their rivalry has become more than just personal insults. It's about proving who's truly the best. As the press conference continued, both fighters showcased how far they're willing to go to come out on top. This feud is a ticking time bomb, and fans are eagerly waiting to see where it all leads. The tension between them is real, and the fight for respect in the boxing world is more intense than ever. The rivalry between Edgar Berlanga and Caleb Plant reached new heights as the two fighters came face to face. The tension in the room was undeniable, with both fighters staring each other down, clearly ready for a showdown. Berlanga didn't hold back, and he boldly claimed he would knock Plant out, fueling the fire even more.
After I fight Canelo in September, we fighting.
And if you don't fight Canelo in September?
I got my business over here in September, I promise you.
And he said if he don't get the Canelo fight, then we gonna run it next. That's what you said, right?
I promise you.
No, what I'm saying, that's what you said.
I promise you.
No, besides promise, I'm saying
I'm
that's
gonna
what
knock
you
you out, bro. I'm gonna knock you out.
No,
Take
no.
your glasses off. I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out.
No, you're not.
I'm
No,
gonna
you're
knock
not.
you out.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out.
You're not.
Take your glasses off.
For what?
The intense face-off proved just how deep the animosity runs between the two. Both fighters are determined to prove themselves in the ring, and this moment added even more hype to their potential fight. Fans are eagerly waiting to see if their words will turn into action. The anticipation for this matchup has never been higher. The animosity between Edgar Berlanga and Caleb Plant has been building for some time, and it all started when Berlanga had a run-in with Plant at a Canelo fight. Berlanga was trying to make his way out of the event when he got stuck in a crowd, unaware that Plant was right next to him. As they crossed paths, Plant didn't waste any time and started pressing him about when they would fight. Berlanga tried to stay focused on his own upcoming fight, but Plant kept pushing the issue, causing the tension to escalate.
The win show for Canelo Munguia, and I didn't even know he was there. Like I'm just making my way out. You know, I just seen Canelo. We shook hands and stuff, wished him luck. And Canelo's walking inside the building. I'm walking out. I get stuck because there was a crowd of people like around me going crazy and stuff. So I'm like, we trying to figure out how to leave. I'm like, yo, we gotta get to the car. Like, what we gonna do? And I didn't even see him. He was right next to me. He just hits me. He's like, yo, what's up? When we gonna run it? I'm like, I said, what? He said, what's up? When we gonna run it? I'm like, when we gonna run it? I'm like, I said, I'm focusing on September right now. I got something right here that, you feel me? Like,
Yeah, I gotta do
I got this right here. Like, I know we're gonna get this fight in September, so that's something. Nah, but if you don't get that fight, what's up? Like, he just kept going,
press you a little bit.
yeah, pressing me. You know what I'm saying? And bro, I said, man, you know,
This confrontation only added more fuel to their rivalry, leaving Berlanga frustrated by Plant's persistent challenge. It's clear this encounter stuck with him and made their already tense relationship even worse. Both fighters now seem more determined than ever to settle things in the ring. Fans are eagerly waiting to see how this drama unfolds, and if they'll finally clash in a fight. Berlanga didn't hold back when he talked about how he felt disrespected by Caleb Plant. He tried to stay respectful, but Plant kept pushing him, which caused Berlanga to get aggressive. Berlanga shared how he acknowledged Plant's past achievements, but quickly grew frustrated when Plant didn't stop pressing him. At that moment, Berlanga decided he had enough, and things took a turn for the worse. He wasn't about to let anyone try to punk him, especially not Plant.
The way I was growing up, you know what I'm saying, I take that as disrespect, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna say and try to, you know, punk me or something, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I got aggressive on him, and I felt like I tried to shake his hand. I'm like, y'all respect, and I told him, y'all respect you as a fighter, you know? Even though you lost, but you fought at that level, you know, you fought at the top of the mountain, you know what I'm saying? You took a L, but you made it to that level, you know what I'm saying? And you performed, and you did what you had to do. I respect it. Oh, no, what's up? All right, so he just kept going, and I was just like, you know what? F this dude, man. I just started going off on him, you know what I'm saying? And from right there, it was over. I was like, this dude's no good.
This moment was a turning point for Berlanga, as he no longer saw Plant with respect. The tension was palpable, and it only added fuel to their already heated rivalry. From that point on, their feud became personal, and it's clear that the fight between them is bound to happen soon. Fans are eagerly waiting to see how this all plays out in the ring. The feud between Edgar Berlanga and Caleb Plant isn't new, and Berlanga recently shared a story from their past that adds another layer to their rivalry. When Berlanga was just 18, fresh into his professional career with only 2 fights under his belt, he had a sparring session with Plant at Floyd Mayweather's gym in Las Vegas. Berlanga recalled how he struggled to land punches early on while Plant danced around the ring, but by the 6th round, he finally caught Plant with a powerful body shot. The impact of the shot caused Plant to run around the ring, even jumping out at one point, trying to avoid another round. Berlanga laughed, saying that Plant didn't want any more after that moment. Though he was still new to the professional scene, Berlanga made it clear that he's a much different fighter now.
And you were in Vegas, I was 18, yeah. I probably had like 2 pro fights.
Okay.
We was at Floyd's gym, and we jumped in. I just got landed into Vegas too. Like, I was probably like a day or 2 in there, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And I jumped in there with him, and we did 6 rounds, and he was just, you know, he woo, woo, woo. I was like swinging, trying to get him. He was dancing and stuff. And then in the 6th round, I got to him, you know what I'm saying? I got to him, and I hit him with a crazy body shot. Boom. And he started running. He started doing circles around the ring, jumped right out. Be like, yo, one more.
He got out?
No. Yeah, he jumped out. No. Now he know, because in Vegas for the win, I told, oh yeah, but I got better though. I'm like, I got better too. You spot an 18-year-old, bro. I just turned pro. Like, I'm a baby, bro. You know what I'm saying?
This story shows that their rivalry has roots dating back years, with Berlanga now confident in how much he's improved. He's eager to remind Plant that things have changed, and he's not the same young fighter he once was. The bad blood between them continues to grow, and fans are waiting for this long-running tension to finally explode in the ring. Berlanga didn't hold back, making it clear that their rivalry was more than just about boxing. The two have built up a strong dislike for each other, and Berlanga is eager to finally settle the score. He made a bold statement vowing to retire Plant once and for all, showing just how personal this fight has become. He stated, "It's important, I want to shut his mouth. He got beat up by Benavidez, and he got knocked out by Canelo. It's time for me to retire him and send him back." As the rivalry between Edgar Berlanga and Caleb Plant continues to heat up, Eddie Hearn weighed in on the situation, sharing his thoughts on the potential fight. Hearn believes a fight between the two would be a great opportunity for Berlanga's career, and he's confident it's the next big matchup to pursue. He also mentioned speaking with PBC to make it happen, showing his interest in making the fight a reality.
How motivated are you, or what are your intentions to get the Caleb Plant fight now that contractually it's over?
I feel like it's a great fight, you know. Whatever happens between me and Edgar, it's a good fight for his career. So I think that's the fight that he should pursue next, hopefully with us. And we'll speak to BBC, maybe His Excellency as well, and go from there.
Hearn's comments only added to the excitement surrounding the potential showdown. It seems like the fight between Berlanga and Plant is gaining more momentum, with the possibility of it being on the horizon. Fans are now eagerly anticipating whether this fight will be finalized and when it will take place. The clash of these two fighters could prove to be one of the most exciting exciting matchups in the super middleweight division. Edgar showed that he's a real world level operator. That's what you're supposed to do at that level. He's going to destroy him, and he looks very heavy-handed, and I think he's going to improve a lot, Hearn said. Hearn's comments highlighted how much potential he believes Berlanga has, particularly with his power and ability to dominate in the ring. He's clearly excited about what's next for Berlanga, predicting continued improvement in his skills. With all the confidence surrounding Berlanga, it seems like the hype for his future fights, including a potential matchup with Plant, is only building. Fans are ready to see how much further Berlanga can rise in the sport. As the tension continues to rise between Edgar Berlanga and Caleb Plant, boxing analyst Teddy Atlas gave his take on their potential showdown. Atlas acknowledged that while Berlanga has the skills to compete with Plant, he emphasized that it could be a difficult night for him if he can't hurt Plant early on. He pointed out that Plant's experience as a former champion could play a crucial role in the fight.
I'll give you my nickel analysis. Nickel, you only pay a nickel for this one. It's not the dollar one. It's the nickel one. You take it? All right, thanks, bud. And it's not a wooden nickel. I want a real nickel. My nickel analysis on this one is that if he can't hurt Plant, it could be a tough night for him. I'm not saying he don't have the skills to beat Plant with his jab, he knows how to fight. He does. But Plant is a veteran guy who's been in there. I know he got stopped by a guy that he went the distance with. I know, Canelo stopped him. So Canelo stopped Plant and Berlanga went the distance, so he hangs his hat on that. And he said, I get it. I understand all that. But Plant is an experienced former champion that has boxing ability.
Atlas also pointed out that while Berlanga can rely on his jab and fighting skills, Plant's experience in the ring could be a significant advantage. Plant may have been stopped by Canelo, but he went the distance with him, and that's something Berlanga will have to take into account. Atlas's analysis shows that while Berlanga has potential, Plant's veteran status might make the fight more challenging than expected. Fans are now wondering if Berlanga's power can be enough to overcome Plant's experience. Teddy Atlas shared more insights into how he sees the potential fight between Edgar Berlanga and Caleb Plant playing out. He believes that while it could be an exciting matchup, Berlanga may run into trouble if he becomes too focused on landing a single powerful shot. Atlas suggested that if Berlanga falls in love with his power and begins to chase that one big knockout, it could work against him, especially against a skilled and experienced fighter like Plant.
The kind of fight that I think that would wind up evolving into would be a good fight, an interesting fight, but a fight where Plant could, again, give him trouble if Berlanga can't hurt him. Because I could see it being the kind of fight where Berlanga starts falling in love with his power, starts looking for that one shot, and that could be a problem. I mean, you can land that shot. He showed he can punch. And if you land that shot, then it's not a problem. Then you go home early. You go to the shower early. Maybe you don't have to take a shower. You just throw a little cologne on because you didn't sweat that much. That's nasty.
Atlas went on to humorously explain that if Berlanga lands that big shot, the fight could end quickly, and he wouldn't even have to sweat much. But if he doesn't, Plant's experience and ability to avoid being hurt could make it a long, tough night for Berlanga. Atlas's analysis shows that while Berlanga has the knockout power, he must avoid becoming too fixated on it if he wants to overcome Plant's skill and experience. Teddy Atlas continued to break down how he thinks the fight between Edgar Berlanga and Caleb Plant could unfold. He emphasized that if Berlanga becomes too fixated on landing a knockout punch, it could be a major problem for him. Atlas believes that if Berlanga can't land something to hurt Plant and gets stuck in that mindset, Plant's experience and boxing skills could come into play, allowing him to outbox Berlanga and control the fight.
By the way, that's nasty. There's people that do that. But, yeah, there are. But at the end of the day, if he can't land something to hurt, and if he gets into that mentality that he wants to hurt Plant, and he's just looking for one shot, and he can't get out of that frame of thinking, then Plant could do what he needs to do, which would be outbox him, to win that fight. It would be an interesting fight because of what I just said, I believe. it would be it'd be a very interesting fight.
Atlas also pointed out that despite these concerns, the fight would still be incredibly interesting because of the contrast between Berlanga's power and Plant's technical ability. If Berlanga is able to land that big shot, it could end quickly, but if not, Plant's boxing IQ could make things difficult for him. This analysis sets the stage for a fight that will be as much about mental focus as physical power. Fans are now more intrigued than ever about how this rivalry will play out in the ring. The rivalry between Edgar Berlanga and Caleb Plant has reached a boiling point, with both fighters ready to prove themselves in the ring. Berlanga's knockout power is undeniable, but as Teddy Atlas pointed out, he may struggle if he becomes too focused on landing that one big shot. On the other hand, Plant's experience and boxing skills make him a dangerous opponent who could outbox Berlanga if he can't land that powerful punch. It's a clash of styles, and the tension between them only adds to the excitement. Fans are eagerly waiting for this fight to happen and see who will come out on top. What do you think? Will Berlanga's power be enough to overpower Plant's skill and experience? Or will Plant be able to outbox Berlanga and control the fight? Do you think this rivalry will live up to the hype, or will it fall flat? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, the showdown between these two will be a must-watch event. Let us know your thoughts in comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and tune in for more videos like this.